Oh dear guys, we got our first trademark infringement notice and I thought it would come sometime. I did not expect it for this shirt. So before I share what happened, I just want to say right from the get-go, this is my personal story. This is not legal advice. I'm not saying you should do this with your shop. I'm literally just sharing my story, and I really hope that you can actually help me out a bit, because when I was preparing for this video and getting my screenshots, I noticed something. So I would love to hear your opinion on whether you think this trademark was fair or not fair. So it was the 8th of July, Saturday here, and I had 3 messages and I thought, oh, let's check, see what's going on. So the first heading I noticed was trademark cease and desist letter. And I was like, oh, okay. So apparently we had infringed on teacher est dot mark. Now, I had no shirt that was just teacher established dot. It had teacher established 2022. What they had trademarked was teacher established with the dot. What I thought was interesting is I actually haven't just left it at that. I've got teacher established 2022. So it did cross my mind that they haven't trademarked 2022. And I am not just using, like in the tags, it's not just teacher established. In the title, it's not just teacher established. It is literally teacher established 2022. So it was basically a full letter. If you don't know me, I am a glass half full kind of person. So I thought this is really interesting, this letter, because maybe I'll need to use it in the future. But anyway, basically here they've said, we recently discovered that your business is using the mark teacher established for your service or product. We believe your use infringes on our ownership of that trademark. We learned of your use of the same or similar on July 7th, 2022 from a repeat customer who reached out to us when they noticed the design on your page, which prompted us to do an Etsy search of teacher shirts. Interesting. I'll tell you why that's interesting. When I first read this, I was just like, oh, crikey. But I'll explain a little bit later why I'm like why I'm a little bit skeptical, shall we say now. So they began using that mark on March 2nd, 2020. So automatically I thought, well, they'd had it trademarked from there and I just missed it. Not true. They are then saying that they had established priority in that mark because of our use of the mark precedes your use. Okay, I'll get to when I did the shirt. It was in February when I did those 5 listings a day. This was one of the ones I created. They said they're the registered owners of it. Since March 2nd, 2020, we've used the teacher established trademark on t-shirts, hoodies, and sweaters. Okay, so then this is a big one. Because you are using the same or similar mark on the same or similar products, we believe your use of the mark has caused confusion among our consumers and is likely to continue to cause customer confusion in the future. We are sending out this notice because you have infringed on our mark and you must cease and desist any use of the mark immediately. While the purpose of this letter is to open a dialogue between us, please be advised that we have spoken with our trademark attorney and are prepared to take all action necessary to protect our mark. We recommend that you consult with an attorney before taking action. Something about this I've heard, and obviously this is my first one, so I haven't experienced this, is I'm in Australia. So my understanding is, based on hearsay in the Facebook groups that I am in, is that if they want to come after me for the trademark, then they need an attorney in Australia. However, that's not legal advice. I don't even know if that's true. So let me know, guys. I'd love to know below. So then here it is for the word mark, teacher established, registration number, etc. So last night when I was getting my screenshots together so that I could talk to you about this, guys, and just have a bit of a chat and work out what options we could have done or what your thoughts are on it, I noticed that it was registered July 5th. I'm like, what? So although in the letter they talked about 2020, this was only registered July 5th. So when they sent me the message July 8th, which would have been in America July 7th, because it would have been on their Friday, they've been registered for 2 days. So I think they literally just typed it in on Etsy to see who was using that mark, because now they have it trademarked. So guys, learning this last night, I'm like, wait a minute, I did this in February 2022. So they weren't registered then. So then, do I actually have to take mine down? I don't know. What do you reckon, guys? So I went and had a look at our shirt. And you can see here, we'd only sold one. And to be honest, it was probably June, late May. I thought showing you these search terms that people have used to find my shirt might actually help you. So, teacher established 2022, new teacher gift, women's teacher, men's teacher shirt. They're super broad, aren't they? It's like they were looking for something else. And then down here at the bottom, teacher established 2022 shirt. So that's what they were searching for when they found my shirt and purchased it. So then I was like, I'm just going to deactivate this listing and look into it a bit more. I just didn't want it live because, like I said, we're selling shirts. I did not want a copyright infringement or Etsy to get involved. Here, all they've done is send me a letter. So I tried to deactivate the listing, but Etsy was having a bit of a glitch, so they wouldn't let me do that. So I ended up deleting it. Like I said, we'd only sold one of them. It was a design that was okay, but it's not a big seller. But I did think, and I'd love your opinion on this. So something I thought of is, you know what, I could alter it. I could go teacher since 2022. I could go teacher established 2022. I question, and I'd love to hear your opinion, if I'm really infringing on their trademark because I'm doing teacher established 2022. I'm not specifically going those two words. Mine's longer. They're not actually trademarking the year. So each year I could do a different one. The other thing I noticed when I typed this in to have a look, there was under 1,000 listings. And you know, guys, I do really love low competition keywords. So for me, that's why I went after it, because teacher established 2022 has got less than 1,000. So as long as people are buying, low competition and buyers are buying, I was on the front page, even though I just sold one. Oh dear. So what do you reckon, guys? Looking on it now, I think that I probably didn't need to take it down because I had done that before they had it trademarked. So I had it listed, I'd sold it before they trademarked it. Yes, they'd been using it since 2020, but they didn't trademark it from 2020. I also cannot believe that someone can trademark that. Like, that's just, it doesn't even make sense to me. It is not something specifically that they've thought of. It is literally teacher established or EST dot. So what, I could do teacher established and write the whole word and be fine. The other thing, it's very broad, so it's not specifically how they've written it. So it's not like a font style or anything like that. It's literally those words. And then broad once again, where they've said like hoodies, sweatshirts, and it actually says tops as clothing. Clothing, namely shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, tops as clothing. So I then can't even put it on a tank top. So I'm like, it's very broad. I'm really confused how that actually got through. Now, like I said, this is not a big seller for us, so I'm happy to say, see you later. I wrote back to them and said, thank you so much for your kindness, for letting us know. I said I've removed the listing, and they didn't say anything back. I'd love to hear your opinion, guys. Please share down below. Has it happened to you? Have you got done with a trademark? And if so, and you're happy to share, which one? I'd be interested. I'm really surprised too that the mark consists of standard characters without claim to any particular font style, size, or color. So that's super broad. It's basically saying those two words. So the reason I was very quick to take it down is that we at the moment are having 12 to 15 orders a day. Most of them are teacher shirts. And I did not want this person to get annoyed. I also didn't want to waste my time saying, wait a minute, I've got 2022. I'm not using your teacher established. I'm using a longer word. So I just let it go, cancelled it, moved on. It was only one. I tell you what though, if it was our best seller at the moment and someone trademarked that, then I'd be considering it, because since we uploaded it, I think we've sold 200 of those shirts. So it's a bit of a difference here compared to one. I'm happy to let it go. But I am also thinking, how can I modify my shirt in the future so that I can still target the teacher market but not infringe on their trademark? Anyway, guys, I hope you have a good day. I thought I'd just share what's going on with our shop. Take care. Bye.